If you're getting ready to retire or just did, let me save you from a mistake that is far more common than it should be. Most people retire, announce it, celebrate, and immediately start living differently. They begin to travel, golf, maybe go to the beach, and then it really hits them. We are retired. And only after that do they begin to start addressing the decisions that will actually determine whether retirement will actually work. That order is unfortunately backwards. Imagine getting into an airplane, taking off, and then checking the fuel gauge. Retirement planning should be a split decade for preparation, 5 years before you retire and 5 years after you retire. That is your preventative and preparation window. And if you make the right decisions in that window and you put the effort in, you can create a retirement that is engineered and structured for the next 25 to 30 years, or you can unintentionally lock in inefficiencies that compound over time and become more difficult or impossible to fix. I'm not talking about upgrades you can see. I'm talking about structural decisions, portfolios, financial, legal, and personal that define how your money behaves, how your taxes evolve, and how your healthcare is funded, and how resilient your plan actually is. How you'll be more confident that you won't run out of money, that you are able to maintain the lifestyle that you've created. This is the part where retirement doesn't get enough attention. Fidelity does a study every year, and it's showing that 67% of Americans nearing or in early retirement do not have any kind of a financial plan. But it is the financial plan, your financial plan, that determines the quality of your retirement. And retirees who handle these decisions early, put the effort in before volatility takes over, before inflation creeps in, before bad habits hold, are almost always the ones who preserve better options, more control, and financial security later. So today, I'm going to walk you through 10 specific upgrades, not just what they are, but why timing of them matters, and why doing them before you fully step into retirement gives you a completely different level of clarity. Upgrade number 1, your withdrawal strategy. During your working years, the objective is accumulation. You save, you invest, and you let time do the work. But the moment you retire, the entire framework changes. Now you're no longer asking how to grow assets. You're asking how to distribute them, which means every decision becomes interconnected. Which account do you draw from? How much do you take? In what sequence? Most people default to the traditional IRA because that's where the largest balance tends to be. But with every withdrawal from that account creates taxable income. That layers on top of your Social Security. It influences Medicare premiums, and it also establishes a long-term tax trajectory that is very difficult to reverse later. So the real upgrade here is not just taking income, it's designing a coordinated withdrawal strategy. One that maps early year distributions, identifies Roth conversion windows, deliberately manages taxable income while you still have flexibility before required minimum distributions force you to make decisions that you don't want to later on down the road. Because once that window closes, your options narrow significantly. Upgrade number 2, maintaining a modern portfolio. And this is one that gets overlooked far more often than it should, because many investors enter into retirement with a portfolio that hasn't evolved. It's stagnant, it's outdated. In some cases, it's been sitting untouched for years. Set it and forget it. No real rebalancing, no adjustment for risk and volatility. There's no coordination with income needs or tax strategies, and often more fees than they realize. Remember that the rate of return of the portfolio is the absolute driver to your lifestyle, longevity, and often is put on the back burner. An outdated portfolio doesn't do that well. It reacts late, it drifts out of alignment, taxes and inflation quietly deplete the value, and over time, it can silently work against you. A modern, actively managed portfolio is very different. It's built to adapt. It's monitored, managed, maintained. And it's modern, it's up to date, it stays aligned with your income needs, it adjusts risks based on conditions, it takes advantages of opportunities while also managing downside. And most importantly, it works as a part of a system, not in isolation, because your portfolio isn't just an investment. It's driving your lifestyle and your retirement for the next 2 or 3 decades. And when it's structured correctly, it does much more than grow. Its very own existence is to support your income, your taxes, rising healthcare costs, long-term care, without any threat to your current lifestyle. And that is the difference between a portfolio that exists and one that is built and structured with purpose and intent. Upgrade number 3, your tax plan. During your working years, the objective is simple: save and invest. But the moment you retire, the entire question changes. It's no longer about how much you have, it's about how you use it. And this is where most people get it wrong, because they treat withdrawals like a transaction instead of a strategy. They pull from whatever account is easiest. They react to expenses as they come up, and they don't realize those decisions are shaping their financial future in real time. Every withdrawal has consequences. It affects your taxes, it affects your Social Security, it affects your Medicare premiums, and it predetermines how long your portfolio can realistically last. So this isn't just about taking income, it's about sequencing. Which accounts do you draw from first? When should you use taxable versus tax-deferred accounts? Where do Roth conversions fit, if at all? How do you keep income controlled while you still have flexibility? Because early in retirement, you have a window. Your income is often lower. You're not yet forced into required minimum distributions, and you still have the ability to shape your tax profile long-term. That window does not stay open, and once it closes, your options become far more limited. The people who get this right don't just withdraw money, they design income. And that one shift can change the outcome of retirement more than almost anything else. Upgrade number 4, your beneficiary designations. This is one of the simplest decisions on this entire list, and often one of the most overlooked, because most designations were set years ago and never revisited. But those forms will override your will. They will override your trust, and they are the controlling instruction, which means if they're outdated, they can create outcomes that are completely misaligned with your actual intentions. We've seen accounts go to ex-spouses, we've seen children unintentionally excluded, we've seen tax consequences that could have been avoided with a 30-minute review. We've also seen the opposite: clean transactions, no delays, no unnecessary tax exposure. Same assets, just different preparation. This is a high-impact, low-effort decision. Upgrade number 5, your estate documents. Most people have something in place, a will, maybe a power of attorney, but those documents often reflect a version of life that no longer exists. Different income streams, different account structures, different priorities. Retirement changes all of that, which means your documents need to reflect your current reality, not your past one. And here's the truth: this is not complicated. If this doesn't get done, the real upgrade is not the knowledge, it's the execution. Because without updated documents, decisions don't disappear, they default to courts, to systems, to people who may not have the authority or clarity that you intended. Upgrade number 6, your insurance structure. The insurance you carried during your working years was designed for income protection and dependence, but retirement changes that risk profile. Disability coverage pretty much becomes irrelevant. Certain life insurance policies may no longer serve a purpose. At the same time, other risks increase. So this is not about adding coverage, it's about recalibrating it, protecting your net worth, eliminating what no longer applies, and strengthening what now matters. and aligning your insurance with your current stage, not your previous one. Upgrade number 7, your cash structure. Cash behaves differently in retirement. It's no longer just a buffer, it's more of a stabilizer. You still need an emergency reserve 6 to 12 months, depending on your situation. But beyond that, you need clarity around near-term spending, planned expenses, known purchases, because if those aren't separated from your investment strategy, they create forced decisions, selling assets at the wrong time, interrupting long-term positioning. So the upgrade here is not holding excess cash, it's having intentional liquidity. Upgrade number 8, your spending reality. Most people think they know how much they spend. Few actually do. And in retirement, that makes a difference because every dollar of spending now has a source, and that source also comes with tax consequences. So estimates are not sufficient. You actually need real numbers, tracked, observed, understood, because your withdrawal strategy depends on accuracy, not assumptions. Upgrade number 9, your Social Security strategy. Most decisions here are made on one number, the monthly benefit, but that's incomplete. The real question is not maximizing the check, it's optimizing the outcome. Because Social Security interacts with taxes, withdrawal sequencing, conversion strategies, Medicare premiums, and if you treat it in isolation, you miss those interactions. The upgrade is to include your Social Security options inside your very own income plan. Upgrade number 10, your healthcare strategy. If you retire before 65, your employer coverage ends. And what replaces it is not a policy, it's a strategy. Most people approach this reactively. They wait until they're done working, then start figuring it out. That's a mistake because healthcare costs during this gap period are highly sensitive to income, and income is directly tied to your withdrawal strategy. Marketplace plans offer subsidies. These subsidies are meaningful, but they are also precise. A poorly structured income plan can eliminate them entirely. A well-structured one can reduce costs significantly. COBRA is often the default, but default doesn't mean optimal. In many cases, a coordinated marketplace strategy paired with controlled income produces a better financial outcome. But that only happens if you model it before retirement, not after. So now that you've seen all 10, here's the reality most people don't think about. Retirement doesn't fail because of one big mistake. It's a failed financial infrastructure. It breaks down because of a series of small decisions that were never fully addressed. No withdrawal strategy, no tax coordination, lack of service, no financial direction, a portfolio that hasn't been touched in years. Healthcare decisions made late too. Individually, none of these seem urgent. Together, they create friction, inefficiency, and in many cases, unnecessary risk. If you don't have a financial plan, you have a problem. You just haven't seen it yet. Because once retirement starts, everything speeds up. Spending changes, decisions are harder to make, and the margin for error gets smaller. Your options become less. The ability to take on risk shrinks. That's why this matters now, because the difference between a retirement that works and one that is constantly needing adjusting isn't luck, it's actually preparation. It's structure. It's knowing how all of these pieces fit together before they start affecting each other. So if you're listening to this and realizing you haven't addressed several of these areas, not a problem. That's awareness. And awareness is where better decisions start. Because the goal here isn't perfection, it's alignment and direction. Getting your income, your taxes, your investments, and all of your decisions working together. So by acting now, you're not reacting later. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, please go to myIncomePlan.com, and remember, you only retire once. Let's get it right the first time.